Okay, change of plan. In this video, I'm not gonna be making a proper medieval style dress. Well, why is that? But before that, I wanna apologize. Now, the reasons. If you're following my channel or if you have watched all videos on my channel, you definitely know that I have a dedicated playlist or dedicated series on a Victorian style dress. Well, I don't want to make a similar thing. Well, this is not similar, but it's quite similar, which I don't want to make on this channel. So it's gonna be a little bit repetition, which I really don't like. Because if I make a medieval dress, there will be which I planned to make, that has a lot of ruffles and bow ribbons, these kind of things, which I already made on my channel. So that's the reason I don't want to make it. So yeah, this might be a lame excuse, but honestly, this is the reason. And replacing that, I'm gonna be making this cute, kind of like vintage classic Lolita dress, which is kind of similar. Again, it's not similar, but 40% it's similar. And you know what I mean. So in this video, I'm gonna be making this one. This also will be taking maybe over 1 hour. I don't know. If I'm fast, if I will be fast, it will be faster. I mean, less than 1 hour. But if I will be slow, which I don't want to be. Anyway, so that's the intro which I need to make. And again, I really want to apologize for this change of plan. I think you will appreciate this video as well. So without wasting any more time, let's make this dress. Okay guys, so this is the final result. I really want to show you now so you can know the final outcome. So you just know the final output and just not a fake expectation. So yeah, you already saw it on the thumbnail, but anyway. So this is the final result, and maybe it looks a bit complex judging from this messy patterns. Yeah, it is just messy. I'm not very organized guy, so that's why it looks kind of, what can I say, I don't want to say the word, but yeah, it's kind of cluttered. um just forget about that. Just see in this design on 3D window. um so yeah, if you're interested to make this exact same thing, keep watching this long lengthy video. All right, so as you might know, you of course know that I always start with the basic t-shirt block. So I'm gonna make it here real quick. So like that. And this process is really fast. If you follow this process, I mean, if you make tons of this kind of thing, you'll be fast. And you can make pretty much any dress you want virtually, which is a good thing. So I'm gonna sew the front, sew the back and the shoulder seam, and then simulate, and then the side seam. Well, I will try to be really fast because there will be a lot to cover, trust me. I mean, it seems not very complex design, but this kind of design takes so much, and I don't know why. Like this, I want to make it a bit tighter, not super tight by the way, like that a little bit. And I really hope that you know about the tools in Marvelous Designer or CLO3D, so you can follow this tutorial easily. Because again, there is a lot to cover. So am if I'm if I don't use shortcuts, boy, it will be way longer, and no one has the patience. I think. I think. I don't. Definitely not. So fix the back. Mm, the back has excess fabric, so I'm gonna reduce it quite a lot. And this one just needs to be a little bit better, and just go like this. The front also needs to be tighter, and this is way to there. Okay, so the back color needs to be like this, and I think I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, or not too much smaller. The armhole, I mean. uh, Never make this kind of weird angle, so fix this like this. um, the collar are a bit different, but it will be a bit tighter like that. And I think I'm gonna make it, I hope guys you can follow this, because I might go a little bit faster for some of you, but I hope you follow. I'll probably skip or fast forward a lot of unnecessary things, like the simulating a long time. I mean, you will know what I will fast forward. No, I need the color a bit upward, and definitely not like that. This soldier seam seems to be a bit off center, so I'm gonna just drag it a bit down. It should not be off center, it should be on the solder. And like, honestly, I spend a lot on this simple basic shape, because if you don't fix this later, it will be much harder to adjust, and the dress will not look good. Trust me, I have made a lot of mistake when I was learning. I mean, I didn't appreciate the basic form and just make it. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the waist side, and definitely remove the back a little bit. Not remove, but fix it, smooth it. And also, I don't want, I'm gonna make it like this, and of course smooth the front, and I'm gonna make it tighter by like that, a lot tighter. I mean, sorry, it's not gonna be tighter. I'm gonna make, wait a sec, no, I'm gonna use elastic. I don't want to make this kind of thing. Just delete those, make it just control C. Okay, I'm gonna drag it down a lot. Although this, wait, no, okay. I want to make this as gathering. So I'm gonna add elastic here, and it will be hidden under the fabric. So I'm not too concerned about that, but this should be on this waist area, like that. And there shouldn't be any excess fabric, so be mindful of that. I'm not gonna make it, I'm just leave it as is. So select those and add elastic. And 8 is too much, of course. 90, not 90, 85 maybe. This is gonna be a bit, let's forget. Let's just deactivate the elastic. I'm gonna make it tighter just by dragging this like that. And I might smooth that like this. Now, freeze everything. There will be a cage. Okay, this is weird, right? This is the first time on my channel that I'm using Blender. You can use any 3D software, but the reason I made this is, I opened Blender is to make the cage underneath it. So I'm gonna show you how I made the cage. This is optional. I will put a link in the description so you can go and download the download the 3D mesh what I will be making, but you can also follow this video. Now, what I do is usually I add a cylinder like this, which is very small, so I'm gonna make it big. By the way, I'm really bad at Blender, so yeah. So I'm gonna start with the waistband because this is a cage. And before that, when you add a cylinder, make sure you make the vertices at 16, so it will be slightly low poly. So start with the here, and I'm gonna select all these thing and just drag it like this, and also the front maybe like this and like this. So not too much, yeah, like this for now, and sy and to make it kind of like this. Now I'm gonna make a proper cage, so make sure the silhouette is so important. A silhouette is good because this if the silhouette is bad, trust me, it will look very bad. So make the silhouette better no matter what. So I'm just fixing this cylinder thing, and I always see this kind of thing, which in real life they also made the cage, but in 3D this is that simple. Like this, it should be from the west area, maybe a little bit down, and like this. It's quite low poly right now, but I'm gonna make it high poly. Select this and select this face and delete the face. I assume you know how to use Blender or any 3D software. It's just the same. You can use Maya or 3ds Max, whatever. Blender is free, cute little software. I love it, although I don't use it. So that's, yeah, I think that silhouette is good enough. Again, guys, silhouette, it's so important. I just cannot recommend it enough. Like, pay so much attention on this silhouette. If this is bad, then the rest of the dress will be just bad. Make sure it's not jaggy. It's good. It's what you want to achieve. Okay, now let's make it a bit high poly. You can delete this, you don't need them. In the modifier tab, I'm gonna add the subdivision surface modifier, the level viewport to, and right click and say smooth, so it will be smoother. Yeah, this is the cage. You can go and download this if you want, and apply this and export this. That's it. And when you export, make sure it's obj, and um, do not write any materials, and then export. Yeah, when you have it, just drag it onto CLO3D. If it says to save, you can save it. I'm not gonna. And load type should be add, object type should be avatar, and scale should be centimeter, and hit OK. There you go. So you have this cage. Now select that, and skin offset should be 0, 1, below 1, and you can change the color. I don't use proper white, it's hurting my eyes. So yeah, gray should be fine for me. Now, when you have that, there was intense blender. I mean, the best blender user you can ever find. Anyway, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first select the linen fabric, which I will work on, which gives me the vintage look. Now freeze this and add a big circle and just rotate the circle and just make it a proper place. Offset as internal line, hit OK, cut and delete the middle like this. Now I'm gonna sew it. Please be extra careful when you sew. I'm gonna sew from here like this, and then holding shift, I'm gonna drag, click and drag like this. Make sure it's straight, not reversed, and simulate or hit space. I'm gonna make here, I don't want too much gathering, so if we make this small, there will be less gathering on this area, which I want. I still want gathering, but not too much. Okay, this time I'm gonna make it 20 because it will be a little bit faster, which I love. And just drag, oops, like this, and it should be on the knee, not knee area, but let's see. Let it just do its stupid thing, and don't make it like this. It will be, CLO3D will be freaked out, and don't make CLO3D suffer. So I think that kind of thing, yeah, you can see the linen gives me the vintage look, the vintage type fold. I mean, folds, but yeah, it drapes amazing. So when you make a proper shape, you can see if I zoom out, the dress already looks, the dress has already the shape, the character. That's why the silhouette is freaking important. Just remember that whenever you make cage or make any dress, remember the silhouette. Just zoom out and see how it looks. If it looks good without any detailing, yeah, it will be, you are on the right track. Just remember, detailing is just the what does that say, icing on the cake or something. It doesn't make the cloth, I mean, it does make cloth better, but it doesn't make it, it's not magic. Detailing is not magic. So you understand what I'm saying. Just don't rely on detailing. Just first make it, it doesn't have any, like this, it doesn't have any kind of detailing, it doesn't have any sleeves, anything. But when I zoom out, it it already has the character, as you can see. So that's what you want to achieve. Anyway, I'm gonna just keep it like this and freeze this and save it is the most important thing. Now I'm gonna work on this area because I'm gonna work on the collar. So the back I don't like. I want kind of like tight collar, tight back, and probably fix this area a little bit because otherwise sleeve will look a bit bad. Now I'm gonna add don't make always make this kind of hole smoother. And well, all right, it's time to add color. So I'm gonna add a rectangle like this and sew it holding shift and sew it like that. Simulate. Make sure the measurement is good enough. So I use this technique to match the length because I'm not a fan of calculating things. It gives me a little nightmare. Okay, so this will not be a normal sleeve. I'm gonna sew it in the back, and I think I will make it a bit tighter. There's a tool called fullness line, which represent a slash and spread, but a bit different. So I'm gonna drag a line like this and line like this, and just lower this thing. The more you lower this, the greater, the tighter it will look. It will be. So I want a bit more tighter from this angle, maybe like that. I don't want to make too much tighter, but yeah, I think that looks good. Now I'm going to select both, right click, layer clone over, and first remove the linked editing and then symmetric pattern, then delete the auto sewing and sew the top and sew the back like that, and let it drape. So you have a normal color, but it will not be a normal color. It will be an amazing color. Not amazing, but you get the point. Smooth the back just by rotating like this and placing on this area and make it bigger until it smooths out. Still not smooth. Wait. Okay, I want to make it a bit bigger. So it should be smooth. I mean, I should not do that. Maybe just delete this one, and just make it like this. Yeah, just leave it like this for now. And this one, I want to make it a bit bigger. I want to make it like this, so it will just go on this thing, on this area, and then I'm going to use this smooth curve and just curve it like this, so I get this amazing looking color. Later I will add more detail to it, but right now just simplicity is the best. So yeah, it just gives me a nice looking color. Select this, right click, convert to a curve point, and just fix it if you want, but I it's okay for now. All right, there will be Placket. I will make a Placket right now. So mm, you made the I should make the color later. Let's see. Offset pattern outline and maybe 15. Yeah, create internal line, hit OK. And select this, just cut and sew. And delete this sewing. And this should be on top of this one. Wait, I also need, let's just select this. Select both, right click, distribute line, hit OK. Did it crash? Hello? No, it's just autosave. And sew it like this to check. Yeah, I knew it. It would be a bit. Okay, select that. Internal line 15, hit OK. Cut and sew and delete them. And why are we acting like this, bro? Like this. And so here and simulate. So yeah, it will just maintain the. And why like this? Sometimes just makes me mad for no reason. You don't have to do this, CLO3D. Why did you do that? Yeah, like that. And yeah, I think I should make the color later. First the placket, then the color. But it just break. All right, so I'm gonna just add a point here and delete this part. Should I delete this part? If I delete this part, I also need to delete this part, and I'm just dragging that. No, I want to make a point here and just drag this point close to it, and I'm gonna make this one and cut and sew and delete them. This line, I want this as a smooth curve. Yeah, much better. Like that, and just everything check. Well, there will be a little gap because I didn't sew it there. So I'm gonna just re sewing everything. Holding shift. Ignore this. So yeah, I really love this outline. It's good. It's good. It's really good. I mean, yeah, it's not even 30%, but it already looks good, which is great. Amazing, guys, amazing. Okay. I really definitely like the linen fabric here, which is good. All right, it's time to make the sleeve. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a piece of sleeve design. So if you haven't watched, I have a dedicated video on piece of sleeve. So if you want to watch, go and watch. But after this video. All right, to make sleeve, I always start with a normal sleeve. So just like that, and honestly, in any dress, the first thing I notice the sleeve. I really love sleeves. So that's kind of the process I use to make sleeves. There are multiple ways of making this, but everyone has their own way of making. I want to everything like that, and this is a full sleeve, so I'm gonna make it full. Yeah, that's why I really don't want to just drag all the way, just a little and simulate, because I don't want to say it, but yeah, Marvel's design is stupid sometimes. No, it's really smart. Anyway, so I just sew it here, and as I said, this is gonna be a piece of sleeve design, so I don't want any gathering here or puffiness there, just a normal sleeve. But in this area I'm gonna just make it like this. By the way, I really recommend you to watch my piece of sleeve design, so it will be helpful. So come on, so just deleted this sewing, and I'm gonna just first make it like that. I will add elastic here, so it will be a nice little gathering. The more you just spread this, the more fullness you achieve. That's kind of good. And now I'm gonna sew it. I think that's good enough. Yeah, so the sleeves looks okay. I think, yeah, I think that looks okay. Now I'm gonna add an internal line right about maybe here or here. I can adjust this, but yeah, I want an internal line right about here, and select that line and add elastic, not fold rendering but elastic, and simulate. So yeah, there is not so much gathering, but I want the lesser you make this ratio, more elasticness, if that's a word, you will get. So I want maybe 50, maybe more, but let's see. Yeah, 40. I think I'm gonna make it a bit more fullness like this, so it will give me more volume here, which is important, which is important and also looks good. But I think I'm gonna just drag it a bit downish. So the cuff area needs to be a bit better and fluffy, and I think this looks good enough. This design though, I'm gonna make it a bit fancier just by use add point and split line tool and right click, number uniform split, and just make it maybe 10 or 12, and select, just ignore one and select the other one like this, and drag it down, right click, convert to curve point, and then select those and convert to curve point too. So you'll get this kind of amazing design, which I really love. But I think I want more, this maybe 16. Make it even though. Just select every other point, drag it down, convert to curve point, and then this one also convert to curve point. And here we go. Looks fantastic. The detail I will add later. There will be a lot of detail on the sleeve. Just, yeah. Control D to symmetric paste to the other side, and simulate. And I think I want to make this part a bit longer and also more fluffy like this. Just let it dry, and yeah, that looks cute enough. Yeah, so as you can see, this has a placket, so I also need same kind of design here. To make it, I'm gonna first unfreeze this, and I want to add a point right about maybe 40, and here also 40. Make sure both this and this are same. Here maybe 300, and you guessed it, 300 here. I'm gonna drag, just make sure you're dragging internal line from this point to that point you just created, from that to this, and select both, cut and sew, and delete them. There will be less gathering, but that's okay. Now this one, as you probably remember, the 15 millimeter of the measurement, I also want this as 15 millimeters, so I'm gonna offset parent outline and 15 millimeter and create internal line. Do the same thing here and cut and sew both pattern. Now I think that's not tricky, but just watch it carefully. Now what you're gonna do is just make it straight. If you don't know how to make it straight, select this, right click, rotate y-axis, and select this line. It will be straight, so that's a little bit helpful. So I'm going to select both. I think the no, for now I'm going to just select this 4, right click, and distribute internal line, and hit OK, and sew it like this. For now I will add button later, so just stay with me. This one should be down, this one should be on top, and hit space, and you can see the same effect as here. But please, CLO3D, don't do this kind of stuff. This one should be on top of this one. So I'm just gonna rotate a little bit and simulate. And yeah, thank you so much. So you can get this kind of effect, which is amazing. But please, 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 come on. Yeah, you have to deal with this kind of thing. It's a little bit annoying, but all right, that fixes. And oops, just you have to this one and this one on top, so I'm gonna just sew it like that. This one, I think, this one on top, this should be no, I just messed it up. This one should be on top, so be extra careful and simulate right this like that. This is the bottom one, so I'm gonna just sew it here to here. Make sure both are kind of same placement, otherwise it will be a lot tricky, not a little bit. So the initial shape is kind of done, and I think it looks really good. Let me know what you think in the comment. So this is the basic design. This is, you can say, it's a low poly version of what you want to make. This needs to be amazing. Otherwise, the rest will just look bad. Trust me. Now, I'm gonna add lots of ruffles and lots of designs. So bear with me. I hope you can follow this. Yeah, I hope this is not super complex. It's not very complex. I also want a kind of just a fake fabric on top of it. So I'm gonna just like a waistband. Select that, and this is kind of like a one-piece design, but I want this detail on top of it. It looks good. This is way too bigger. Like that. And Control G to symmetric paste. Sew it. Yeah, this kind of thing looks good, you know, on digital. So I just add them. This, but make sure it's not. It's kind of loose, so I'm gonna make it tight like that. It should be on top of this top design, although this is a single piece dress. If this is in real life, I would add a ribbon or ribbon, I don't know what it's pronounced, so it will look good. But here I think this kind of fabric waistband looks good. It just makes it good, you know. Anyway, let's start creating details, a lot of details. I'm going to start with the sleeve. All right, let's unfreeze this, and it will be a simple design, but it will look really, really amazing. Let's just see how it's done. Now, first, just add an interline like this and copy and paste, or maybe just right click and convert to offset as interline, and maybe 10. Hit OK. I think 10 looks good. Yeah. So I also I want now select this both, Control C and Control V, if I can select that. Yes. And place it maybe no, I need to just measure it. Now this should be 10, and then again offset pattern, offset as interline, and this length should be 20. Hit OK. And again should be 10, then 20, and then 10, like this. So as you can see here, select everything, make sure it is extend trim to pattern outline, so there should not be any gap on the edge. Select all line and select this to line. Use stress tool, right click and trace as a pattern, so get the new pattern, and wait for autosave. So select everything and cancel. So and delete this. I just want this kind of thing, little pattern. All right, now I'm gonna sew it with this bottom. Sew it here, the middle and the top, like this. Select everything, superimpose over, and then reduce the vertical distance because it's a thin pattern, so it will not slow your computer down if you decrease the vertical distance too much. And collision thickness, I want to make it 1.5. So this is basically the distance between this and this pattern. Not this and this pattern, but I think you know about collision thickness. I will not explain it. Hit simulate. So I get this kind of amazing detail. Now let's make it a little bit more amazing. Select all top and bottom one, right click, offset as internal line, and hit 2 or 3, 2, hit OK. Again here, do the same thing, offset pattern, offset as internal line, and hit 2. Make sure okay, just wait, select this top one and offset pen outline 2, and no, this is reversed, so select this reverse direction. This should be inside, and select this button, do the same thing but with the normal direction. Yeah, like this. Now sew it with this new internal line. Do the same thing in the middle and the bottom one also. You get the idea. This is ridiculously simple. And simulate. So yes, this kind of nice edge. So yeah, that's how you can get this kind of really simple yet amazing detailing on the sleeve. But I made a mistake, which is when you make it, just make the distance a bit smaller. It will look good. And I'm going to do this right now, and I will show you how it looks. All right, I change a couple of things. First of all, I changed the fabric preset to cotton poplin because the linen was a bit odd. I don't know why. The sleeve looks a bit odd, which I didn't like. So I just changed these to cotton. Second thing, as you can see here, I made this gap as 10 millimeter, but this one, the middle one, as 8 millimeter. So like this. Now it looks kind of good to my eye. And yeah, this is the sleeve design. Like as I said, it's simple, but it just adds a bit delicate looking thing. When you have this sleeve design, now let's make this front design a bit better. Alright guys, I will just leave the placket like this. If I made a mistake, a huge mistake, which is I made this top design, the bust area, too tight. I mean, why I didn't notice, I don't know, but I made this too tight. If I make a proper button, this area will just open, and it will look very bad. The solution for this, that I have to go back where I started from the very basic block and then fix the fit. That's why I said fitting is so important in the early stage, because right now it's impossible. If you add more fabric to it, the sleeve will look a bit odd and everything will just fall off. Everything will be bad. So yeah, I just made the mistake. That's why I'm not going to be adding the proper button. I'm just going to leave it like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little detail. I made this mistake, but that's okay, but I will still add a little detail here, which is I'm going to make the placket as, should I make it? No, just I'm going to leave it like this. I will add button later, but yeah, just leave it like this. Now I want to add ruffles on the front design. First of all, I'm going to add first turn on this internal line, and I'm going to add maybe from this to this sleeve area, like this. It should be like V shape, like that. And I'm going to add the same thing that I did here in on the sleeves. I'm going to add this one like this and do the same thing, kind of like 5, 10 millimeter. Not 10 is big, maybe 8 or 6. 6 is good. So just copy and paste and 6 millimeter. Make sure it just reaches all the way. And the gap, I'm gonna make it maybe 3, again 6, again 3, and again 6. Same thing as it did on the waist area. So I think I should skip this maybe to see how it looks. I mean, just trace it, cut it, delete this, sew it. You get the point. I think you can do it, so just do it. All right, here it is. So as you can see, maybe you can see it, this design what I'm talking about. So yeah, that just looks very amazing. You can add more if you want, but that's unnecessary. Now I'm gonna add ruffles. Where? Here, which is to add a rectangle. The width should be a bit smaller, but the length should be bigger. Now just sew it with this line. As you remember, you just made it like this. I mean, I'm really better at offline. I mean, when just I press record button, my all confidence just gone. And same with CLO3D. So the more you make the line longer, the more ruffle you'll get. And remember to make it fairly low. I mean, make it less particle distance so you can see the amazing detailing there. So Control T to symmetric paste there, and it just goes all the way. Great. I also want to add no, that's fine. So as you can see, I added the same kind of ruffles here, and yeah, I'm just doing this off camera because this video is getting too lengthy, and I'm afraid this video is going to be one of my top voting videos ever on this channel. So I want to just quickly wrap up everything, and yeah, it just takes way too long. I didn't expect it took this amount of time. I mean, yeah, I will do mostly off camera, and I will just explain what I did. And this design, I don't want to make it off camera, but let's see. Let's just see. So yeah, these tiny ruffles are really easy to add. So just add them as you like. Just don't add too much. On this placket, on this design, I think it looks good. I will also add here, and you will see where I will add. So yeah, I will also add on the collar. Yeah, I think this is going on the right track. Just let me know what do you think about this dress right now. And yeah, let's just go and make it, just finish it. All right, I want to do the same kind of ruffles design here on this area. So select that and unfreeze this for now, and just let it drip again because there's no reason. Just fix it a little bit. Make sure this is good. I mean, yeah, I think that looks good for now, maybe. All right, now I'm gonna add the ruffles on this area. So check its width, it's 3.6 millimeter. I'm gonna do the same here, which is 3.6. Yeah, 3.6. um, make sure this is the upper one and sew it like this. It should be here. This is, I think, a bit bigger, so we'll make it a bit smaller. Freeze everything except this ruffle pattern, and for now make it maybe 20, so it will just be fast simulation. Oops. And simulate and make it maybe 3 4 and simulate again to see if I don't see, well, this two should be kind of like same. 4 is not enough. I'm gonna do it too. Yeah, I think that is good. But if you find, just make it like this and simulate it again. It does this kind of problem, which is, I'm not sure why. And sew it with this to this ruffle. Make sure this and this are sewn together, so there will be no kind of divided ruffles pattern. Alright, as you might guessed, I'm gonna do the same thing with this. So select this one and Control D to symmetric paste, and I'm gonna sew it with the left one and just bring it to the close to the dress and freeze the other one and simulate. It will be a bit slower because the particle distance is 2, which is not a bad thing for this kind of really thin pattern. So when you have a thin pattern like this or small pattern, if you reduce the particle distance, it will not make any significant difference. So same thing. I think I made a mistake here, which is, I think you might guessed, I should sew it with this pattern, not in the downward. So I'm gonna unfreeze that and just delete this and sew it with this upper one, not the lower one. For now, I'm gonna just freeze this. Freeze it and simulate to see how it looks. Yeah, much better. So freeze that, unfreeze that, and you have to, oh, it is already sewn. Yeah, so just like that. So freeze everything. So I have the small ruffles, which looks good. Now I want the same design as the sleeve one on this area, but I'm thinking first, let me think. Anyway, just turn on the internal line tool, and I want to divide this in 3 sections. First one should be here, second one should be here, and third one should be there. The same kind of design here I'm going to show you first, and then I will skip the other 2 design because it will be same. So watch carefully. You already know this, but I'm going to show you once more. So select this circle and upside is internal line and check where, let's just divide it. So let's just divide it first to see, because the proportion is really important. This is the second one and another one would be maybe here, a bit downish. So I'm just eyeballing things, not just, this doesn't have to be the same distance, but just balance it out like this. Make sure all this thing extend to this. Just extend trim to add extend trim. Wait, just select everything, right click, extend trim to pattern outline. I just forgot the name. So I think that's okay, but I want this a bit downish. Brought that up. So these are the point where the ruffles will be. So make sure you are satisfied with the placement of internal lines, because right now I am not satisfied. There will be ruffles. I want this design here and here, maybe 2 times. So again, offset pattern outline and do a close like this. It should be closer to this, maybe a little bit more closer. Select that line, and I think I'm gonna add an internal line, reverse direction, maybe 10. Let's see, 10 should be, I think 10 should be good enough. Yeah, another internal line, make sure it's 6, maybe 6, and another 10. So I have this one, this internal line is for the ruffles, this for this kind of design, this is the gap between them, and this is another. I hope you understand. Now select this 4 and this pattern and trace as a pattern. Again, Control D to cut and sew, and delete this middle thing, the gap. Now sew it carefully, sew it please, like this. This is the top one, so here like this, and it will be all it will be 0 0 this sewing, so you will know that this is good. If it's not 0 0, then check your sewing. This one, it will be also 0 0. And now the bottom one, so this is the gap, so from here it will be 0 0. Again, again here, this line, it will also be 0 0. So select everything, to the decrease vertical distance maybe 4, and collision thickness 1.2. 3D window, right click, superimpose over, just wait a bit, and it's not very amazing. Okay, it will be interfere with the ruffles, but maybe you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go and select this, offset as internal line, and I'm gonna just do a 10 millimeter of both direction. Same with here, 10 millimeter. Oops, not that, this one, 10, and also here 10, and select this 4, right click, extend trim to pattern inline, like this, and same thing here, and this one just cut it and delete them, because I don't want this part to interfere with the ruffle. So it will be and make sure this should extend to this area, this area, this area, this area. Same thing here. This, it will be 0 0, so you'll always see 0 0 means the both measurements are same, so that's a good indication. And again, I'm gonna superimpose over. Just the reason I did this is because it will not interfere with the ruffles. That's my intention. And let's simulate to see. I want to unfreeze this, so it will behave good if you unfreeze. Just see. Yeah, if it does this kind of thing, just wait a bit, it will drip down. And make sure there is nothing that is like this. So I'm gonna go and just bring that up a little bit. Simulate. Yeah, just wait, it will drip down. CLO3D sometimes does this. And please guys, make sure this pattern does not go below this. I'm not sure why it doesn't like to add superimpose over very nicely, because it has a lot of folds going on, but extra check this doesn't happen. This is not a complex fold, so I don't know. There will be another reason it happens, because right now the I forgot, this design is very low poly, so just make this maybe 10. It will slow your computer down, and simulate, so there will be a little bit more dense and it will look a bit good, a bit better. Make sure there is nothing that is interfering like this, so just click it to see where it is, and with the selection tool just select a portion and drag it upward. And yeah, I think that's cool. And it might take you a bit to fix this stuff, but fix it. I might fast forward this or skip this completely, because it's not very good to see me fixing stuff. So select that and check there is no this thing. So I'm gonna fix it and show you how it looks. Yeah, I just fixed it. Irony, no, I didn't fix it. Here there will be problem. It's not problem, but yeah, it's not good to fix this kind of thing, you know, it's bad. So freeze everything, and now it's time to add ruffles. As you remember, this one will be the ruffles, but yeah, I also do the same thing here. Make sure it just goes to this internal line, because otherwise it will interfere with this middle ruffle, which I don't want. So don't make it continuous. Not again, make it as you can see, this has broken down into 4 pieces automatically. So I'm gonna make this ruffle will be a bit bigger. Let's check how big it is. Not that big, but it will be bigger. Okay, so sew it with this line, this chunk, you know, and always see the length. This one is 495 and this one is 1600. 4 8 16, which is a bit, I don't want that much. 1200 and 400, 3 times bigger. And I think that, yeah, I want this kind of thing. Firstly, make it 20, because first make it as low as possible so it will just simulate a bit faster. Otherwise, if you make it here 5 or 6, it will be so slow, and it's already slow. Well, there will be a little trick to make these ruffles a bit heavier, and it will just drop downish. Because if you use the same preset or the same fabric, which I use cotton, which is a bit lighter weight, if you use the same for ruffles, it will just flow upward, which is not very ideal. So make another fabric and make it another name, ruffle, and select this and assign this ruffle pattern to this ruffle, and make leave it custom preset, but in the detailing panel just make the density maybe 50, so it will be a bit heavier and drip down. So see, you can already see it will drip down. You cannot see until this will be really problematic. If that doesn't solve, I will show you how to solve it. I have a lot of solution, but the thing is, I'm too lazy to apply them. If it doesn't solve, then I might do those, just unfreeze this. It will be a bit interfering with because it has this kind of folds, so it just freaks out. It doesn't know what to do. That's why I prefer real life, you know. This kind of thing is kind of tricky and problematic. So the thing I want to do is, it will not solve it. I want to bring that even down, so maybe half of this little chunk, and make sure it's 3 times bigger, not that much bigger. So 2 7, might bring it down maybe 650, or yeah, something like that. Delete that and research 3D arrangement. Where did he go? Deactivate. Make sure it is good first of all. Just ruffles and stuff, just activate it again, simulate, let it drop, make sure it's good enough, and then activate the ruffle pattern. Yeah, that's okay. I'll fix that in a moment, but first the ruffle. Just simulate, and I might bring down this density maybe 90. So I want this heavier. It should be downward. And the magic thing, which is the particle distance, select that and maybe 5, and it will be gorgeous, because ruffles only look good when you reduce the particle distance or when you have more density of polygon. So yeah, that will be the look, and I'm going to do the same thing kind of. I will just break down as a chunk and just go through all the way. When you make this kind of ruffles, this kind of fold, when this kind of, I mean, when there are this kind of folds, there will be a bit problem. So just break down into chunks and make it, and make sure that this one, as you can see, this is 251 millimeter, and this pattern is like 600. It's almost 3 times longer. So try to make all the pattern the same. So I'm going to show you one more time. Okay, so Control C and Control V that, and simulate and sew it with this chunk, as you can see. Oh no, free sew it like this, and from this sewing to that sewing, and it's almost the same. So as you can see, 243 and 600, almost 3 times larger, which I want. And make sure the sewing is not reversed, which is the most important thing. If it's reversed, then there's already a lot of problems, so don't bring that reverse. So unfreeze this and simulate, and I'm going to do the same thing as I just show you. I will just do the same thing for rest of the pattern and sew it here and just unfreeze both and simulate together, so it will just adapt the shape nicely. Just fixing it. So sometimes it does this kind of problem, which is understandable but not tolerable. But if you want beautiful things, you have to sacrifice something, which is your sanity in this time. I'm losing it, really. Let's simulate and see. It will be a bit problem in this area because it has some this kind of folds in this direction. It has the man, it just gives me nightmare, honestly. There is nothing frustrating than this in this entire world. Sometimes I want to break. No, I'm not that angry, but let's simulate together and see. If it's not, then I might do the 2 times bigger, not 3 times, because maybe 5, both of them. Simulate. Okay, much better. Thank you, CLO3D. So I hope you guys already know what to do. Yeah, it will be a bit frustrating to manage, but when you make this, it will be amazing. So I'm going to show you after I made this same kind of design all together. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, so this is the final design. Although there will be this kind of fold, which is this in reversed. In that case, don't add this kind of ruffles pattern onto this. Otherwise, it will be really problematic and it will not be solved. So just avoid this kind of place. And yeah, so that's basically it. All right. I could make this dress even better, but whenever I press the record button, all my confidence just vanished automatically. Yeah, it's been 1 year since I'm making videos on YouTube, but still I lack confidence when I make step-by-step video because I'm a non-native speaker and my English is kind of broken. I sometimes don't get I basically I get nervous, so that's the main reason. And again, as I said, the mistake that I made, which is to make this bust area too tight, which is really a huge mistake. I hope you will just forgive me for that. You can add buttons. I didn't add buttons. You can also add design to the back because the back looks a bit empty and it doesn't balance out the overall dress. So I really recommend you to add a simple design. This is the V design. Maybe make a U design or boat design as you like. So don't just leave this back like this. It looks flat. All right, and the bottom design is really amazing. So I just showed you this one, but I just did the same thing throughout this entire ruffles, and it looks really amazing to my eyes. And please let me know in the comment if you learned something, if you learned new something from it. And this video is almost like 1.5 hours. Maybe, I don't know. I will just see after the edit. All right, guys, if you're still watching, thank you so much. And for your patience, I really want to give this dress as reward. So there will be a link in the description. Just go and download it. It's free on my Gumroad page, or you can pay if you think I am worthy enough. So just go and get this, download this, and open it on CLO3D or Marvelous Designer and see the pattern and see how I did this entire design. Although, as I said, this is not quite right. I'm still not happy with this. I mean, what I did to this area. So just forget that. But I really love this area. It's amazing. I hide the character avatar, otherwise it looks bit odd. I might delete this and then add a dress form. And that was really long video on this channel ever. And thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. The next video will be really interesting, so stay tuned for that, and bye.